Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the world. I am George Onibi, and for so many reasons, we took this path that we are following, the path for the progress of the entire nation, Nigeria, and every other ethnic group within the concept or idea of one Nigeria. It's obvious most of you has not been able to understand the mindset behind our work, which is actually for the overall interest of all, following the notion, the symbol that says, live and let's live. This is fairness. This is true equity. Allowing your people to thrive in their own way and allowing others to thrive in their own way, irrespective of the order we belong to. There are a lot of theories out there. Some believing that they are more superior and deserve better in life than the other. But amazingly, we have enough space to contain all of us. More than 70% of the landmass around the world is not yet habited by anybody. And people cry about population when we have enough land to farm and feed ourselves. All the plants in the forest are enough herbs, medicine to cure both the invented and the natural disaster you call disease. But yet, we even lose the sight of this track of traditional medicine as introduced by our ancestors. All these are not because we are lazy. All this is because there is a conspiracy theory. There are cabals who are trying to limit you and put you where they want to put you, where they feel you belong. And honestly, I still don't see what they will enjoy more than what they are enjoying today, except for one thing. The Bible says a bread that is stolen is very sweet. But that is not actually truth, because you are just deluded. And so, as my people, Agbo people, Okwane people, Ndokwa people, of course they are Okwane people, Anyocha people, Osimili people, Ikwere people, my Benin people, my South people. If I don't mention the name of your community, as far as you are in the South region, I'm talking about all of you. Just that I am Agbo man, and I start from there. I have taken time to lay a foundation the beginning of this year, 2025, discussing about the issues of the order that is responsible for the development of any society, not just development, but the sustainability, the true primordial influence that drives us in whatever we do. Remain these four orders. And only one person decides how it works. And through the law of nation retribution, you get what you sow. But then we can shift orders. I encourage you to look at other brokers before now. We have considered the order of the merchandise. We have considered the order of the custodian or the teachers. We are now coming to the close of the order of the slaves. And hopefully tomorrow or thereafter, we will conclude on the order of the monarchs. But then, on this concluding part on the order of the slave, I'm just comprehensively presenting this idea to you to enable you know how we can sustain, retain, uphold our communities. Because your community first, before you talk about your states, and then your region, as the case may be, like that of Nigeria, and then you talk about Nigeria. Nigerian cannot be sick and trying to help give medical help to other countries that are living healthy life. It doesn't work that way. It means you are stupid. But this having been said, I made us to understand yesterday that the order of the slave is actually the true wealth of every community. I know not everybody was able to understand, but let me explain further today. By addressing this topic, I simply titled, if you do not make the use of your order of slave, other people will make use of it against you. Now, the order of the slave are actually referred to as the poor people in the society. A lot of countries today don't take them serious. And those who take them serious, in most cases, exploit them. And every country around the world today who are progressing, the ones you call advanced nation, you will see that the foundation of that progress and prosperity they are enjoying is built by the order of the slaves. And it is still sustained by the order of the slaves. Most of you can go to Canada easily. Canada do not have the order of the slave. And so the few order of the slave they have, for instance, in Canada, cannot give them the level of development they want. And so they bring in slave indirectly. You jackpot to Canada, you are doing well, you are well paid. But I tell you, as a Nigerian in Canada, your output to Canada is more than the output of Canada into your life. Your output to Nigeria is lesser than the progress you are giving to your country. I don't know how to fix it, but the truth is, you are in Nigeria. Your blessing is for Canadian, and you remember Nigeria for the sake of your loved ones. Ordinarily, you will not come again. But remember, that will not make you a Canadian. And many countries in the world today allow you to come in because you are part of the order of the slave. If you are not part of the order of the slave, you will have to pay huge amount of money to enjoy what they have built by their order of the slaves. And that is why they demand for business visa. And in business visa, you are given certain requirements to meet. Without that, they won't give you. But of course, the work they need to do in their place is almost done in most countries. And so they don't even need the order of the slave anymore. But meanwhile, our own home, all the job the order of the slave are supposed to do, I will not say we neglect it. I believe we are ignorant. The order of the slave, like I told you in the previous broadcast, they are responsible for the development of any country to the extent that we have a dispensation where slaves are sold. You see, for you to be able to understand the secret of this world, I recommend you read the Bible. I recommend you read the Quran. And if there is any other religious book you belong to, try and read what they have presented to you. They come in code. And those of you who belong to the order of the slave, you don't need to be ashamed, because you are the most relevant, the most powerful, if you know your rightful place. I belong to the order of the slaves. I belong to the teeming masses who are supposed to work very hard. But I switch position. I still choose to operate on the order of the slaves, because the order of the merchants cannot function without me. The order of the custodian cannot function without me. The order of the monarch cannot function without me. And then the dicey part of it is that I can switch my position whenever I like. And that is when my people will say, Onye fizi ukwirueka. In other words, you are expected to serve. He that must be the leader of you all must first of all be the servant. And so there could have not been any order except somebody played the role of the order of slave. And so don't feel I can't be order of slave. No. Joshua was a servant of Moses, an errand boy for Moses, the order of slave and the order of the custodian. But when the order of the custodian, who automatically manage or operate in two order, Moses for instance, who operate the order of the custodian and the order of the monarch, want to leave the sin. He saw every other order, the merchandise and the rest of them. But he saw the next true leader from the order of slave. And so Joshua switched from the order of the slave to the order of the merchandise. I can tell you about David, the son of Jesse. When Samuel came to anoint king in his father's house, David was not even invited. David was not recognized. But I can assure you, every legacy the Egyptians have is not even built on the exploits of Solomon or any other king, but that of David. But originally, before he joined the order of monarch, he was part of the order of the slaves. And so those of you rich men, those of you wealthy people, those of you educated people who are looking down on this order, you are destroying the future of your people. But the point is, like I always tell you, the world whole vacuum. The world don't like empty space. If you move out, something will replace you. And because you are not taking proper use of the order of your slave, does not mean they are useless. Others will use them. And so, having introduced this thing, don't try to eradicate them, because they must be there and there is nothing you can do about it. I cited the book of Deuteronomy for us, where God reviewed and told the people of Israel, these poor people will always be here, because without them, the whole system will crash. I have to limit this study so you can be able to assess them, and those reasonable people can ask questions. I can take them in depth. And that is why in each of the order I have treated, I try not to go beyond part 3 on each order for clearer purposes. So some of the things you may be missing, go back to the previous order of slave, 1 and 2, and this is the 3rd one. And from tomorrow we go to the order of king. It's applicable to the order of the merchandise, and then applicable to the order of the custodian, so that you will have a comprehensive knowledge and information that I want you to have as far as this discussion is concerned. Now, having said all these things, every community have teeming masses in their population which looks as if they are useless. That is because you are not using it. But while you are not using it, people are taking advantage of it and using them to their own benefit. And so, the major purpose of this very discussion this morning is to call on my people, Anyoma people, Abo people, South people, most especially minority people in Nigeria and the entire nation. Let's make proper use of this order. And now, how does it work? There is somebody who say he's from Delta. He's a blogger for Igbo Biafra people. His teeth is very scalawa. He was fearfully and wonderfully made. I have to describe him so that you know him. When he's talking, he's going to look like this. That guy said he's from Anyoma. And let's believe he's from Anyoma. He's from South. He's from Delta State. But he's part of the order of slave. But this guy, unlike every other blogger from the Southeast, dedicates his time. Of course, they have their group. Their own is, if you don't agree in Igbo unification, you are enemy. The last post he made, he said the most foolish people he has seen, which is including him, are the people who believe that they are South in Nigeria. Because the whole world, there is no geography, a name like South. But he made his presentation tactically, intelligently, to deceive his fellow brothers. Because as the order of slave from the South region, South people refuse to make use of him. So Southeast people are making use of him. His broadcast is for Igbo people, not Anyoma people. But while he is doing this is where he gets it wrong. He said the most useless and stupid people in Nigeria is the people of South. How can you say you are from South? Is there anything like South in Nigeria? But his wisdom is corrupted. And whatever he is that was good in him have been compromised. Because inasmuch as I may not agree that there is no geopolitical region or name under geography known as South, I should first of all ask, who is the idiot or the animal? That Nigerian idiot or animal. Let's go on that term. According to Nnamdi Kanu, and according to the idiots who said that the most stupid people are the people of South. One should ask, who brought up the idea to name this 6 geopolitical zone the name they are answering? It's Igbo man. And it is the same Igbo people that are sponsoring these people to talk down on their people. So Anyoma people, I'm coming. So this Anyoma man, I don't know what they call him, whether it is the tribe, because there are too many. I don't pay attention to them, because I know all of them will come back in disgrace. The same way I almost come back in disgrace for following Igbo people, because they take advantage and look at those of us they think they are vulnerable. We are fit for purpose for them to undermine our position and maybe eventually misplace us in the nearest future. And so if this boy campaigning for Igbo unity, we know people who have allegedly sponsoring him. We heard Nedi Nwoko is part of the people sponsoring him, because they want us to become Igbo. Abo people must become Igbo. Okwane people must become Igbo. Anyocha people must become Igbo. This is what they did to us in Bende State. If the Benin people were not conservative people, that Bende State, it is war we are supposed to be fighting. So we have heard already that through Nedi Nwoko, which Ndigbo has bought over already, the same way they are trying to buy over Mbata, not because they want your people to progress, because they know you people are not using your order of slave. They want to use you now, who are supposed to be the order of the custodian, to harness your order of slaves, and they will use you to destroy them. Look at all of them. They come and sing Igbo praise. They never talk good of their people. And you are relaxing. I'm coming. Nigeria got to a stage, and Abacha said, like what Tinubu is trying to do, let us go back to region that was crushed, because that is where major problem in Nigeria surfaced. He called Dr. Alex Ekweme, set up a panel, set up team of people, think about this and report to me. And then they went, Igbo man, Dr. Alex Ekweme, and they came up with the name. And of course, he's a doctor. He's one of the academians Nigerians can boast of. And so Dr. Alex Ekweme is not an ignorant man. And if this be true, that means that these people are wicked. And that points out to the truth that everything we are telling you about Igbo people is true. Because it is Igbo people that wake up and said Yoruba should be referred to as southwest. Then them Igbo people should be referred to as southeast, and then we should be referred to as south. But I told you why he did that was that one south in that south belonged to Igbo people, and one south in that south belonged to Yoruba people. And so what they have been trying to do is to cause problem for us in south region. And Nigeria will wake up one day and say, since you people cannot coexist, Igbo people take one south, Yoruba people take one south. Nothing else. So each time they tell you, South, you are stupid, you are dumb. How can you say you are South? You don't have sense. No, because the next agenda after that is to cause problem between us, the South people. And the moment we begin to fight ourselves, we are not being able to tolerate ourselves as we are doing. They are going to divide us into two. They will give one to Yoruba, they will give one to Igbo. But you are not getting it. But we didn't complain. We have never complained. The 4 regions you have in Nigeria, our region, Midwestern region, was squashed and destroyed. We didn't complain. Everything that has happened to us, we didn't complain. And now today, the same Igbo people who gave us the name that we are South are the people who constantly come to insult us. Useless. How can I say you are South? But it is Igbo man that did it. It is not the hatred of Igbo that drives me, but it is their wickedness that I'm trying to expose. And so another Igbo man picked it and was sharing it, asking people, look at this intelligent, calculating guy. Our wisdom has not been corrupted. We will not allow our wisdom to be corrupted, because anything we do, we'll first of all check our conscience. That is the true image of God in man. Your conscience will not lie. You can shut it up. It remains alive. And the moment you shut your conscience up, you are dead. Your soul is dead. It's not about the religion, Jesus Christ and your Holy Mary, and then your Muhammad, and then your Bundish and Shimbrom, or who your religious leader is. The moment you stir your conscience with hot iron, you are dead. Even the Spirit of God cannot save you anymore. And so we make sure when we are doing anything, we put ourselves in your position, and then we that are wearing the shoe, we consider how it pains us. And so these people, like the one that say, I am Kanebi, watch them. They don't talk good of their people. They're talking about their people to give validation to the inferiority complex that want to destroy Igbo people. That is their problem. They constantly look for validation. Because the Igbo people of Nigeria want you to validate them. But I know it is their poor mentality that is their problem. And they say, leave Igbo people, don't talk to Igbo people. But yet, you are paying even South people to come and curse the whole South. My dear, the truth is bitter. And it has to come naked. I will tell you about that some other time. Now, understand, no matter what you do, you will not set the next generation of our people. A lot of people challenge God in time past. A lot of people are beginning to believe that there is no God. It depends on what you call God. It depends on what God is to you. And a lot of people they say, God, prove yourself. God don't need your validation. He's there. They just want you to have true knowledge of him. But he's there. And you see, God will not just come out and say, now, I want to show you that I'm God. Let me prove to you. God will not do that. Let me give you a story. It's from Igbo people if they want to get sense. There was a program organized some time ago in London. And a man said he was going to prove to the world that there is no God. And then they gathered the crusade and say people who want to fight for God, all of you gather. And when everybody has gathered, the auditorium filled up. The man took his mic and said, God, I challenge you. If you are truly God and Almighty, strike me to death. I bet you can't kill me. This man shouted and shouted, insulted God, insulted the Creator, Everybody was quiet. They wanted God to strike him. And so when God strike him, God will become mighty, powerful. If that is why you fear God, then you don't know him. Why people like us fear him is because with everything he knows, he still keep quiet. I think Igbo people say, oh, that is why we fear him. I do not fear hellfire because I've been there. Now let's come back. After hours of insulting God, God did not respond. And then one elderly woman, very old woman in that auditorium, stood up with her walking stick shaking and said, sigh. And the man said, what? Yes. He said, are you married? The man said, yes. Do you have a son? The man said, yes. And he said to the man, if your son wakes up in the morning and say, Daddy, I challenge you. You can't kill me. If you say you are my father, kill me. Let's see, I challenge you and insult you as you are insulting God. He said, sir, will you kill that your son for challenging you? The man said, no, of course. No, of course, no. And the old woman said, how then do you think that God, who is your father, will kill you because you insult him? And that will take us to John 3:16. Let me not preach. That was the end of the meeting. Everybody started crying. And so the Igbo people, to be valuable, to have respect in Nigeria, all these things you are sponsoring to be validated, it is dead on arrival. Igbo people were busy there sponsoring other people to talk down on their people. Now listen to me now. Send this message to that guy, whether it is the tribe, telling you the most stupid people is South people, because Igbo people are paying him. I do not know what Ned Nwoko is looking for. We respect him. We love him. But you see this part he's going to. He will disgrace himself. We know how he functions. Now, when we start exposing them, they will use the might of Nigeria to come for us. And we are waiting for them. And history will have it that when we talk, one of our own fought us. And one of our own fought us because Igbo people paid them. It's unbecoming for Senator Ned Nwoko to come out and talk as somebody representing us, that Nigeria should take us and dash Igbo people. It's uncalled for. Why they think we have forgotten that? They are trying to raise another one from Ikuri Aziz. He says Mbata family. Senator Mbata. They are taking most of the order of our custodians. And then they are now harnessing the real people, which is the order of slaves. They equip them. You see, I'm coming from uncompleted building. I'm standing to protect the interests of my people. Many of my people do not understand what is going on. If I ask for support to be able to build capacity in order to give you this message more, you say he's begging money, he's poor. And you know people who will do that? Igbo recruits, Igbo criminal, Igbo touts. They come in my boss and mock me all the time. Uncompleted building. In fact, they knew I was a wealthy man before I followed them to do Biafra. And so when they finished destroying me, they thought I was gone. They thought it's over for me. But how I managed to buy a recharge card and come online is what they don't know. And I can assure you, since this journey started, there are few individuals who have taken it upon themselves. I do not call their name. But if they allow me to, I will do that. I don't know them. I didn't beg them. They felt what I'm doing is correct. And nobody's asking me, do this thing, let's get this thing, do this thing. That is the difference between me and them. And so when I ask for support, Igbo people will come here and rubbish me to make you think I'm a thief. I'm not a blogger. Check out my page. I don't monetize anyone. I'm not doing what I'm doing because of monetization. We must give this information to the search engine. The Google, the AI, the Wikipedia, the Encyclopedia, every search engine must hear our voice. And you know, they said the internet don't lie. It don't forget. It will always be there to counter their plan against our people in the nearest future, because we will not allow them to sell the next generation of our people. But then these same people who will come and mock me are carrying a different program. They are now into estates. And you don't know that through estates is what they use to siphon money for politicians. It is through estate they used to steal money that EFCC then cannot find out. That is what they are doing. To unite Igbo people, they have not entered estate now. And they drop accounts. Sponsor us. And their cabal, their union is sponsoring them. You are sponsoring them. They are doing what they are doing. But if we, on the other hand, say, sponsor us, you know the reason we don't come out open to ask for support? Because he who paid the piper detains the tune. And we tell people who want to support us, you can advise us, you can correct us, you can give us idea, but don't choose how it happens. Because we are not for sale. We love money, but it's not the motivating factor. Because there are a lot of money that makes money, a lot of things that makes money insufficient. Understand this and have peace. And so why did I bring it up? We neglect our orders of slave as the people of South. And Igbo people are not even using their order of slave. They are using their order of slave to overtake us and control our economic space. They are now investing on most of our order of slaves, our youth, to do the following. Somebody was arrested, accusing police people of committing crime. And the person says he's from Edo State. Let us assume that person is from Edo State. Why is that boy now? What do they call him? Maze what? I don't give attention to these people's name. Because I know their project is stomach infrastructure. This guy says he's from Edo State. And now the police and all of you are listening to me should begin to get sense and understand where I'm coming from. Why will Edo State man begin to sing the praise of Igbo people? Oh, they hate Igbo people. What they are doing to Igbo people. How can Tinubu go to Enugu and Igbo people let him to sit down? Why don't they put nail and kill Tinubu? Don't you think something is not right? Let us assume he's a Benin man. So Benin man, it's not concerned to him that there are a lot of Igbo bloggers everywhere insulting Oba of Benin. That is not his concern, because he who paid the piper detains the tune. Or maybe it's Igbo blood miss. That is the same way you see somebody coming out and telling you that both his father and his mother and his village king and all the chief in their community, all of you who say you are from South, from Asare Dokubo to Tompolu, from all the governor, all of you are very stupid people. Of course, it's freedom of speech. And everybody's happy, people are happy, and he went this way. As I'm telling you, all these things, we know why it's happening. It's because of the fear of the Igbo. Igbo were massacred in 2022. Igbo were massacred in 30. Igbo were massacred, and Igbo were massacred, and Igbo were massacred, and it's Igbophobia. But they never talk about Asaba massacre. Oh, Asaba Igbo, the stupid Igbo. You know why I'm bringing it up? These are our order of slaves. You are not giving them the necessary support. I am here today because I have learned from these criminals, which they are yet to learn. I was on Radio Biafra, giving up my almost 14 hours every day. It's going to be 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours, about 9 hours every day. In most cases, ranging to 40 hours on the internet. Biafra, 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 Biafra. But then we went with our brain, we went with our mind. When we know they were not looking for the overall interest, not even of their people. We cannot be used as a sacrificial lamb. And then we take a step back, and then we take a bow and left. And now with what we know, we are here trying to sensitize our people. Pay attention. Some of you just look at us in uncompleted building. When will you be challenged to know it's your responsibility to fund what I'm doing? When will you know, agree that it is your responsibility to support what we are doing here? You think it doesn't concern you? Get ready. There is an adage in my place. It's saying, that means where I come from, we don't respond. When rain start falling, we will hide inside uncompleted building when it's drizzling and be waiting for the rain to stop. And when we have waited maybe like some minutes, the rain refuses to stop and begin to fall heavily. That is when our Boma will enter inside the rain. And that is why those Igbo people who think they are having upper hand with the shenanigans they are displaying everywhere. Let me tell you the truth. The time the real deal will start, that is when you will know the people you are dealing with. Be doing. Continue. We are Igbo. We are going to Igbonize you. Don't worry. Be doing. In case you think you are taking our quietness, our gentility as a sign of coward. One of you was in my inbox calling me coward. Don't worry. You do not know the definition of coward. And the slow movement of a lion is not a sign of cowardice. I'm sure you don't know. And so they harness the order of our slave. The other one will come and say, my name is Kainebi. I'm a commander of Igbo. I am an Igbo and we are going to unite Igbo. Let us play Igbo tournament to unite Igbo. But Igbo people should begin to ask themselves question. Why must he be Igbo? Are you people not tired? This Igbo will tear itself apart. Mark my word, except you retrace your step. You know, Asare Dokubo gave a prophecy to Nnamdi Kanu one day. And I'm sure Asare Dokubo did not know what he was saying. When Nnamdi Kanu accused him of stealing 20 million from IPOB, Asare Dokubo said to Nnamdi Kanu, I give you 3 years. If I'm correct about the number of years he gave to him. He said, all your trusted followers will be fighting you. He said, look at 10% of my men were your boys. You see these few ones remaining, they will turn against you. And it did not happen. As I'm talking to you, 99.9% of Nnamdi Kanu followers, all of them has a body sheep. And all of them who has their way are fighting in Nnamdi Kanu. Igbo people, if you don't stop this thing, you are trying to upset the balance. When it starts, a lot of people will deny Igbo. Let us assume Ikwere deny that they are not Igbo. Something led to it. Let us assume my people deny that they are not Igbo. Something led to it. That same thing will make Ebonyi people tell you they are not Igbo. That same thing will make Abreba people to tell you that they are not Igbo. That same thing will make a lot of non-Igbo to come out and tell you that they are not Igbo because you people are sitting on them. Or is it Agboma now, our people now sponsoring our people to destroy us? Nedimoku, when will you bring people to tell about our heritage as Anyoma people? Nedimoku. You people are funding people. You people are helping Igbo people to turn us to Igbo. Nedimoku. Don't search for me. The Nigerian police can reach me through this number. I think you are a senator. Just invite me. But I'm sure you should be reasonable enough to begin to ask yourself question. Why must he be Igbo in every matter? Why must be Igbo every matter? Now to cash out on Ikwere people, They now tell you that Ikwerema is now leader of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. But come to think about which of the group of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Because they have different fashion of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. So which one is Ikwere part of? Ikwere, open your eye. Ikwere, open your eye. And what am I saying? Our order of the slave, if we don't use them, if we don't engage them in meaningful activity that will lead us to economic and self-recovery, others will use them against us. That is one way they are using our order of slaves. And then they will turn back and tell you, you know, see them, I think Knabo people. I listen to the Igbo man promoting this, talking down on us, calling Southside people stupid, rubbish, idiot. The Igbo man say, common sense is not common. Oh. Hey, look at what this Igbo man said. Oh. Hey, God, just listen to it. Just listen to it. And that's supposed Anyoma man with a bush pig mouth was saying, all of you in South, both Nedi Nwoko, who is a South senator, all of you, you are stupid. You are stupid. His papa is stupid. His mama is stupid. Because of Igbo people. And Igbo people are happy. At that time, Igbo people did not know that they are generalizing it, that we are stupid. When you talk now, they say, hey, but it's your time person now. Hey, but it's your time person now. That is how they always do. They use Chukuma and Zogo. When we talk, but he says it's a Niger Delta man now. They use Achuse. When we talk, he says it's a Niger Delta man. If they succeeded in using me to achieve what they want. When you talk, they say it's a Niger Delta man now. When on a go get sense. Number 2. The order of slaves, they use them to sell drugs and fake products and do kidnapping. But most of you don't pay attention, do you? Now let's look at IPOB saga. When it was evidence that Nnamdi Kanu ESM is the unknown gunman kidnapping Igbo people, then they pretended to be capturing some unknown gunmen. I want you to go back to memory line. I made a post to that effect. I brought out video of like 3 persons arrested to be unknown gunmen. All of them were Ebonyi State. Other Igbo started disassociating from Ebonyi State. You see, these are the unknown gunmen we caught in Anambra. Yes, where do you come from? He said, from Ebonyi State. I just unknown gunmen. And then I called somebody. I said, why are these people trying to set Ebonyi up? And now go back to your internet. It doesn't forget. Look at all the kidnappers, all the ritualists, all the criminals they arrest in Anambra. You will discover that 99.9% of them will say they are from Ebonyi State. This could be true. This could be a calculated attempt to make Ebonyi people as the scapegoat of Igbo criminality. Why will all the kidnappers become Ebonyi? Because Ebonyi State before now have teeming masses of slaves. Every hold-up hawkers, majority of them are Ebonyi people. Teeming masses of slaves. Then in IPOB, I beg the Ebonyi people, engage this youth. You will be a wealthy nation. But they failed to engage their youth. So Igbo Biafra people started taking Ebonyi youth to go and commit heinous crime. All the kidnappers in Delta State during Biafra time, the coordinator of Delta State, state coordinator, his name is John Chukwuma. He's from Abo. Okwani extraction of Anyoma people. He almost died. If not for the media campaign and other strategies we follow, he would have died. And now what is the problem? They raise up some criminal to go and be snatching police gun. All of them they caught. All of them are Ebonyi people. Because they are rice farmer in Anyoma land. Because they have teeming masses of population. And they joined the rice community of Obio and the rest to be doing rice. And then these Igbo Biafra people infiltrated them and began to use the rice farm and other agricultural activities going on to hide gun and hide kidnappers. Where were we? Have you not seen 90% of armed robbers caught in Asaba or its environment? You would either see that they are from Imo State. In fact, all of them are from Southeast. And why they are doing this? They incorporate some of our people to show them way. So if you don't use your order of slaves, others will use them for you. And to bring this broadcast to an end, we need to set up a union. And it is this union that will regulate our activities in line to Nigerian Constitution. With only one desire and one target or one goal to achieve. That is controlling our social and economic space as a people, or else they are deceiving our children. If you are not close to your children, as South man, as minority, try and have access to them. Tell them who they are. It may not make sense, but in the end, it will make sense. You see, as a child, my father takes me to the village every holiday. Village. And I loved it. I've said it before, because of the food we eat in the farm. So I love it. It's unfortunate we don't have that kind of house in the farm anymore. But I couldn't figure out why he was taking me to go to the farm. But now I know, and I'm grateful. I left home at a very tender age. And most people thought I was not wise enough to know what I know. But yet I remain grateful to God. And when it was time for me to rise up to the occasion, they still marvel. How did he know all these things? Having been away for a very long time, how could he figure out every move? And that is when it says, train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. Begin to communicate to your people, your children. Tell them who they are. Because these people have voted massive amount of money. Okowa was having issue with them because he refused to endorse this Ohanaeze Ndigbo. If not, by now, the new leader of fake Ohanaeze Ndigbo would have been an Abo man. Okowa said no. We know what they did to Okowa. But one thing they can count on is that they cannot bend any of us. If we yield to you, consider it as a work of grace. If we oppose you, you will know we are your destiny and your doom. You think we are joking, but you are not my concern. But through your fraudulent activities and negative vibes and influence towards my people, we will continue exposing you. Abo people, I know you don't have the details. So Kwane people, Anyocha people, Shimili people, Ikwere people, Bini people, all of you, Akwa Ibom people, all of you people, we too plenty, Ugoja people, even Idoma people, Iyala, Una be Idoma. Una de Enugu, all of una, Akwa Ibom for Enugu, all of una, or I include all of una. But the journey of 100 kilometers starts with a step. Let Igbo people exhaust their insult. Remember, we cannot abandon this project for the next generation. All of us must come together and do it. And you will see the difference we are trying to make, compare our society now to tomorrow. Anile nde ne kpapu enyi ni wera kpapu enyi ali enyi kanonu amane nde ne ra kpapu enyi wera kpapu enyi kana ya li ku ihe ole ero ni nikume ya ko nyera aja abofia nikueme ya ko eja na ahia mgba unu aghota ko o eli ihe le kan kapu hibi na gwama mo nu masaka pupo nu kumi ihe le ya hoji no kese hu asin di ohun lozo ha ne ngwo nu lozo ha ne ngoso nu akanogu meje gwama nu gwose mo nu unu ke buru ihe nishi ikeko ga hu enyi nwa aru gworo enyi enya ba ime mulo ataka ndi wenye si ishokan ekwa akọ ya egbe ya ha nji wepu ha shi wekoma egbe ye uke no wenya ihe na enyi me elibu onye ohu ndi agbo le chare mmare onye ohu siso ma pefa onye ohu siso o mene ore Japan onye agbo ohu siso ya poha olodi azun gbidi ndi odni were John wegbu oja were eche mgbe nni ego kana o gan ireche ni nni ego ndi na-eghele o we mele ndi nkanyi nni o we ji mele isi enyi kpatu makasa o e ka hu nwa onye si no wo nwa ndi ani oma re nwa po ha da agwa enyi na enyi lewo ndi stupid maka ndi Igbo oge ruele anyị ka je mara ndị ụkwọ ndị Igbo le ndị wule ndị Igbo mmenwa onye agbo o onye ka o onye ani ọma o ọsọ na ndị South o ndị stupid onye stupid of South o umeno no awotane chuku ya no inono. I have to go to my comment section and take some money insults from Igbo people because that is what they do. I love insults. You know, the broadcast will not be complete without the insults. So let's go there. I see Flush Out. I greet you, Flash Out. Good morning from here. You say, where is Radio Biafra Extra? Yeah, Flash Out. Radio Biafra Extra. Go and look at my work there towards the ending. I discovered the truth. So my preaching now was haunting them. I don't delete my post. It is still online there. Just look for Justice Mariri. you get Justice Mariri, you will see all my broadcast. Go to my YouTube, the current YouTube I'm using, George Onyibe. Go to the beginning. Watch all my broadcasts towards the ending. From that day, Nnamdi Kanu say all our terms and conditions has been met, sealed, delivered, and documented. I started seeing the truth and preaching against what they were doing. My preaching was not in line with them anymore. And what did Nnamdi Kanu do? He asked Uche Okafor to remove me. Uche Okafor is not part of the criminal as of I know till this moment. But just that he's an Igbo man, so he must believe Biafra before they call him saboteur, and he don't want. Uche Okafor refused to lock me up. And so what did Nnamdi Kanu do? They now lock me and Uche Okafor out and give it to one idiot, Chukwudi Oforma. And then Chukwudi Oforma did not know that Radio Biafra have double lock. And 1 month later, Radio Biafra locked them out. And the moment they locked them out, they couldn't access it. And then Nnamdi Kanu cannot humble himself to tell Uche Okafor, help me open this thing, what is going on? But they no say they criminally lock us out. Then Nnamdi Kanu went to Radio Biafra and his Facebook page and IPOB community app and begin to shout, under my watch, they sold the Radio Biafra to Nigeria. They sold the Radio Biafra to Nigeria. Yoshi. And so I think you'd have a little history of Radio Biafra extra. I was locked up. Nnamdi Kanu even said it, because I give you mic, you now start talking. Because when he gave me mic, I discovered I was a common criminal. And you see, I am not for sale. Since you people decide to do what we did not bargain for, I will act the way it will not please you. Or are you not aware of this record? Take time, visit Justice Mariri. My works are there. I don't delete them. And so, like I say, I have defended Igbo cause even more than any Igbo man dead or alive. But when I discovered that everything I was doing was ultimately going to destroy my people, and that is what they want. They want to absorb me. They want to inherit me. They want to claim me. The most painful aspect is to lower my value system. Because by now, many Abo people, many Anyoma people, many Sasa people, we forgot they beat our king. Because now the level they won't take us go to. Now you get the point. I hope you know where Radio Biafra is. So flash out. Bring your insults, if that is what you actually want. And then I see another one. An Ikwere man is now the president of General Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Yes, flush out, Igbo man. We know. I believe you followed the broadcast. So you should know we know the game. They had Ned Nwoku, has nigger, and they now have Mbata, has nigger. In Ikwere has nigger, and Anyoma has nigger. And we already know. And so you see, all what you are doing is dead on arrival. Somebody who says Anyoma child will come out and say, my papa is useless. South are the most stupid. This was I was saying. His papa is stupid. His mama is stupid. All of you are stupid to say you are South. And Igbo people like flush out and heart. Hey, this guy gets says because he saying papa and mama are stupid. But come to think about it. Now Igbo people give us the name. Now Dr. Alex Ekwueme panel. Now then call us South. What kind of wickedness from Igbo people is this? So flush out. Don't be an enemy pretending to be like a friend. Because by their fruit we shall know them. By your comment, you are just a common criminal-minded Igbo person. Shame. Drop in salt and don't disturb yourself. I see Achoibi. I greet you from here. Achoibi, good morning from here. Flush out is just a new social media warrior in the land work. Igwe Abuchi. Let's see what Igwe Abuchi have to say. Okay, I see Saheli. I greet you. I greet you back. I greet you back. I see Yeri. I greet you. Good morning from here. Good morning from here. Good morning from here. Good morning from here. The page is dominated by one Igbo criminal. These are their order of slaves. They use them to rally us around, then turn us against each other, to go behind and take advantage of us in the end. But now, it's over for them. I greet you, Igwe Abuchi, and there is somebody there I need to see. I don't know the name there, but let's see if Facebook will allow me to see the person. I see Zua. I greet you. I see Main O. Good morning. I greet you. or Saide, my Jewish brother or Indian brother, I greet you. I greet you there. Flash out, is this you? What is troubling you in life? You see, it's an Igbo man, that is their way. I see Dumpy, that is their way. They want to distract us. They want to use us. They want to infiltrate us. But it's over for them already. The earlier they know this, the better for all of them. And of course, I see Uyi. He say these Igbos are losers, but they will know very soon. All those evil they are sponsoring against every tribe is backfiring them. But at the end of the day, they will begin to play blame card. They hate us, they marginalize us. If you know the betrayal these people give to Hausa, they weaponize Hausa people. And each time they tell you Hausa Fulani, which is true. But they are not saying it because they love Hausa. They are just trying to repel a force to destroy Fulani. That is what they do. That is their way. But for how long? Yorubas are chameleon, Yorubas are chameleon, Yoruba do this one, Yoruba do that one. But yet they are romancing Yoruba. And this is Dumpy. He say the guy they arrested is one doing Igodo Bingo, Biafra, Edo State. Yes, Dumpy, that is the truth. Like I said, I know there are a lot of Igbo children. You know, they come and pregnant our sister and born children. They plant among us to use to penetrate us. That is why Ikwere people now have started carrying out thorough trace on the DNA of Umbata. Because no Ikwere true blood will do that. So it could be that he is Igodo Biafra, which Igbo people is trying to use Asian to fight Benin. But I tell you, if you are Asian, on the account of Igbo people, you fight Benin, you will wish you never try it. You will wish you never try it. Because Benin, you will lose forever. And Igbo, if they accept you, that means you are gone. Because they will deny you. Dynasty. So maybe all those people, is Igbo woman that pregnated them. Igbo man rather pregnated Benin woman and born one recalcitrant that are messing up. And so the question should be, why this Benin man now? No, they sing Benin praise, now Igbo praise. Because these are the orders of our slave. They are now being harnessed by others because we fail to do what we are supposed to do. My lovely friend Baba Ifa, I greet you. He said, that's your dog where you chain down. Go and release him. Go and release him. We need the dog to go and biting obedient. No, I have released it already. I only curtail it for a while. When it gets us, I leave it. But before I release the dog. And this having been said, this will bring the broadcast to an end. Please listen to this with wisdom. We are coming out gradually. This is January, trying to lay the foundation on what we are going to do in the coming days. And for those of you who think you have gotten us because you have the money, who think you will mesmerize us, bamboozle us, and use you to pull a shot against Nigeria, don't worry. I remain George Onibe, and I sign off.